Look at the light bouncing off my suit like that. That looks badass. And that light flashing in the background. 2 of them up there. Holy shit, this is awesome. Hey guys, welcome back to Batman Arkham Origins with Dude Long Couch. We finally made it. We got one last objective left in this game, and that's to go down this hallway and stop the motherfucking Joker for the last time. Last time in this game, anyway. I'm sure he'll be back in the next chronological sequel, because we've already seen it. Alright, let's grapple up here. Huh, that's grisly. Back here in Death Row, not nearly as many corpses as I expected, honestly, compared to some of the other shit Joker's done.
Where's Gordon?
Sniper! Would you locals back for more? One night, not yet 11. Son of a bitch!
Oh! Gordon with the save!
Screw this! Want the Joker? Take him.
Help me keep these guys off the warden.
Go back! Get him!
Oh, it's time to throw down with Gordon, baby. Here we go.
Watch his leg!
2 martial artists. That's not so bad. I've been practicing up, getting ready for Arkham Knights. I don't know if you guys saw, I did put up a video of the Bruce Wayne Initiation DLC.
Quite well.
Possibly one of the hardest challenge maps. Actually, no, definitely one of the hardest, but possibly the hardest overall challenge map in all of the Arkham series. Is this the last guy already? That went quick.
I ain't through!
Joseph, they're on their way. They're going to make it. Where's the Joker?
He went through that door, towards the chapel.
Thanks.
Oh, a chapel, huh? That sounds like a very appropriate setting for a final showdown. Alright, Gordon, you're good, right? Can we chat him up? No? That's disappointing. Wanted to have one last conversation with him. Seems like they're finally working together now, though. I think that was the whole point of this little section here, is just showing you, yeah, you know, they've reconciled their differences for the most part, and it's the start of a beautiful friendship. Nut House. Wait a second. This looks like some secret shit back here. You can't go under there, though. Why is this section here? It's weird that they would build this hallway out like this and not put anything there. Like, from a game design perspective, it really makes you think that something's hidden here. Oh, look at that. What is this? Celebrate New Year party day with her, go fishing, turkey day with family. Judge Harkness. I don't know who Judge Harkness is, but that's got to be a reference to something. I don't think I found this place the first time I played through this game, guys. So this has clearly got to be Calendar Man's room. Calendar Man being the villain who always, you know, pulls his heist and murders people on, like, major holidays. I guess that's the whole point of this, to show you here. I don't think he showed up at all in this game. He was in Arkham City. We saw him right in the beginning of that game. And probably the best comic book with Calendar Man is The Long Halloween. If you have any interest in reading up on that whole thing, that's a great comic book. Execution Chamber Access. That's a red light, so we probably can't go that way. I see the chapel over here. Pretty great architecture. Look at that shit up there. Stained glass windows. Look at those. What are those statues? That thing's upside down. Is it supposed to be that way? Or did somebody fuck them up? How could they do that? That has to be intentional, right? I don't know. I don't know anything about churches. Is it common to have upside down shit in churches? Whoa! Okay, there's a graphical glitch. Oh, but I can see somebody over there. Oh, that's... Oh, I think I see what we're looking for. I don't know what's going on over here. There's still a status symbol telling me he's deceased, but... he just disappears when you try to look at him in Detective. Alright, enough screwing around.
Oh, that's... it's just... It's so... What a night!
I'm so pissed off.
Kill and back for more, eh? Bane's still alive.
Ah!
Now that's not funny. All this rage, all directed at me, and for what? You know, if you'd actually let me finish a sentence, you might learn something! You might learn that we're not so different. You might learn something about yourself.
You need to learn to shut up.
You know, it's sad, really. Makes me feel like you don't care to see the good side in me.
I just want to hear all the
I
dialogue.
guess learning is a lot to ask from you, meat for brains.
Good one, Joe. Oh, shit!
Is all this for you, or for me? You must know that I'm a lost cause.
Alright, I guess we're done talking.
Get it through your thick scalp. Ugh. We both exist because of them.
Give up! You've lost.
I was ready for that shit. Oh, man. Okay, this is like cartoonishly awesome. Oh, that's awesome. We're still going! Damn!
That's why you do it, isn't it? You like the way it feels. It's what you need.
No, that's only part of it.
Come on, baby. Beat me till your knuckles bleed. Why quit there? You know there's only one way to stop me.
Any one of my guys would have killed him.
The city deserves better than that.
You know, my daughter thinks you're a hero. But I still have to bring you in.
Come on.
Gordon, come in. What's your 20?
I'm in the chapel. We got the Joker.
Son of a bitch. You caught him. And how did you do that?
I had some help.
I don't know why they made him bitch out at the end like that. I don't agree with that
I'm
choice.
asking myself why I didn't bring him in.
Because I juked you.
And I now know the truth is I let him go because of you. Because you believe in him. I don't know. They put me in charge of a station full of rotten cops. And I can't change them. Any more than I can change this damn city. Or at least, that's what I used to think.
Stopped his heart. That is funny. Good one, Bats. Oh, this is going to be fun.
Maybe I can give them something to believe in. Maybe he can give them something to believe in.
That's the idea, Jimbo. And roll credits. Okay. Wow, guys. Well, normally the credits are where I kind of go back over my thoughts on the game, but I think my thoughts on this game are pretty well documented at this point. This is only like the third Batman game I've done this year, you know. I could just talk about the ending a little bit. So I really agree with the choice they made to have Bane be the actual last real boss fight. You know, the Joker encounter there at the end wasn't so much a boss fight as it was just like a final interaction, but instead of actually being like a physical confrontation, a physical challenge. It was more of a battle of wills between Batman and Joker. And I think that was absolutely the right choice, both from a gameplay perspective and from a story perspective. You know, a lot of stories give Joker like this really like inhuman strength so that he can kind of be a match for Batman. And I mean, that's fine, I guess, because he is nuts. But I don't usually agree with that. Speaking of Joker.
I tried so hard, my dear, to show that you're my every dream. Yet you're afraid each thing I do is just some evil scheme. A memory from your lonesome past keeps us so far apart. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? Another crime before my time made your heart sad and blue. And so now you make me pay for things I didn't do. In anger, unkind words are said that make the teardrops start. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? You'll never know how much it hurts to never see you smile. You know you need and want to laugh, yet you claim it's not your style. Why do you hide behind that mask? I'm trying to do my part. Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart? There was a time when I believed that you belonged to me. But now I know your heart is shackled to a memory. You won't admit that we're the same, and it's tearing me apart! Why can't I free your doubtful mind and melt your cold, cold heart?
Damn, Troy Baker is an awesome voice actor. So, that was Cold Cold Heart, and you know what? Now that hold on.
Our next guest, political strategist Dean Snyder, has been following tonight's events since the start, more than 8 hours ago. Dr. Snyder, let's start with you. What's your view?
Well, Jack, it's a travesty. The ultimate failing of the justice system. A vigilante cleaning up our streets after countless deaths and bombings? What has happened to our police force? What about James Gordon? He didn't exactly prove himself tonight.
Hold on a minute, Dean. Now, I'm no defender of the GCPD or Captain Gordon for that matter. Like you said, tonight's debacle is some reflection of his efficacy, but I can't see any police force in any municipality doing a substantially better job against criminals like this Joker character or any of the hired killers he's brought into town. I mean, these guys are a different breed. We've never seen anything like this. So for me, it's less a reflection on Gotham's cops and more of a reflection on the state of our country. A country where our mental health and education systems are so warped and broken that we produce criminals of this nature.
You raise an interesting point, Hank, but what I'm wondering is what we'll do next.
No, it's not an interesting point. It's just plain wrong. They're both wrong. This isn't about the police or the Batman. It isn't about the state of our nation somehow churning out a dangerous new batch of the criminally deranged. It's about the failing of one single institution. An institution which, in my view, represents the biggest threat to Gotham and its citizens. A time bomb, just waiting to go off. If tonight's events have taught us anything, it's that Blackgate is not the place to be housing our city's most dangerous offenders. Not one, but 2 prison breaks in the same night. All of tonight's tragedies would have been avoided if Gotham had a proper treatment facility for its top echelon offenders. A place with impenetrable security, where the most dangerous could be isolated, rehabilitated, and treated for their illness. A place like Arkham Asylum. And after what happened tonight, I promise the good people of Gotham that I will work tirelessly. I will lobby the city council, go to the governor if I have to, do everything in my power to get Arkham Asylum reopened, so we can all sleep a little easier.
There you have it. Quincy Sharp placing the blame for tonight's events not on the Batman, not on the Joker, but on Blackgate Prison, and pledging to return Arkham Asylum to full operations. We'll be back with more from Mr. Sharp and our other guests when the Jack Ryder Hour continues after this message.
You know, it's funny that Quincy Sharp says that when Arkham Asylum has seen, like canonically, Arkham Asylum has seen more prison breaks and fuck-ups than, like, any other institution in the history of institutions. But yeah, so that little dialogue right there was just kind of something they threw in, I think, to justify the name Arkham Origins, because they knew that people were going to bitch about how this wasn't really an origin story for Batman. It's more of an origin story for the asylum itself, and it's just kind of a neat way to tie in, you know, the preceding chronological game, Arkham Asylum. There's the developers. A lot of fucking people worked on this game. But yeah, I always took Origins to be more of a riff on how this was the first time that Batman runs into so many of these criminals for the first time. Definitely the Joker, you know, probably the biggest one. Bane, he acted like he at least knew of. I don't know if he ever ran into him before, but he at least knew who he was. And, you know, pretty much everybody else, it was the first time that he really encountered them. So I really love, you know, that like arc of the overall Batman story, and I love the way that they explored it in this game. I think they did a great job story-wise. You know, I've harped on that a million times, so I won't kill you with that. There's one more cutscene coming up here. If you guys are still watching, I know a lot of people don't watch the credits. If you stuck around this long, you know, thanks for sticking around and for watching. I really appreciate the support, guys. And I'm sorry this video is coming out a little later than I intended. I talked about this a little in the last video, but it is E3 week. Today's actually the last day of E3 as I record this. So not only have I been busy with that, but I've also had some power outages in my complex. I've lost power like 3 or 4 times in the last 24 hours. So I'm really, really fucking hoping that doesn't happen again and kill this recording. If you're hearing this right now, then it was all good. But I don't know if it's gonna work or not, because I'm still recording it right now. So hopefully you're hearing this. Hopefully it all turns out great. Oh, man. Joker singing Cold, Cold Heart is a clear reference to the DLC that's coming up. You know, that's a very quick, like short but sweet piece of DLC. I'll be honest with you guys, I would never lie to you. It's not important at all for the overall Arkham story, if that's what you're here for. It is skippable, but I'm gonna let's play it anyway, just because, you know, I've hit every piece of story, like, in this series so far. I mean, not all the side quests and everything, but every piece of actual story content I've at least touched on. And I gotta include that too, because I'm a completionist. So we've only got about... what's today? We've got about 4 days left until Arkham Knight hits. And Cold Cold Heart will probably only take 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos. I don't know. I gotta get in and start recording and see what it comes out as. But the timing on this actually worked out pretty damn good. Probably better than I ever could have hoped for. And I could lie and say that, you know, I'm so skillful at my craft that I planned it out that way, but the truth is, I just got really lucky. So, yay for me! Go Long Couch, you're the best. And just as a heads up, I am going to be very, very involved with the Shenmue 3 Kickstarter campaign. It's probably something I'm going to be talking about a lot in my videos. I'm going to try to keep it to a minimum in Batman, because that's not why you're watching Batman. You know, hopefully you come here for the Long Couch and not just the games that he plays. I don't know, I wouldn't presume to tell you why you're watching my stuff. I'm just glad that you are. But Shenmue is such a huge part of my life. 1 and 2, I played them both when they first came out, and I love them so much. They're honestly the reason that I love video games today. Those 2 games really brought me back into the fold. Because back during that generation, like the PS1 generation and the N64 generation, I had really kind of checked out of video games. I wasn't playing a whole lot of stuff. I had a PS1. I didn't have an N64 at the time, but I didn't love it. The PS1, in my opinion, is one of the most overrated, crappy consoles of all time, and I don't understand a lot of the love that a lot of games on that system get. You know, I understand what it did for gaming and like the context of when it came out, like why people liked it, but it was not for me at all. So when the Dreamcast came out, and I wasn't even gaming at the time, I barely knew anything about it. I actually had some buddies in middle school that told me how awesome it was, and they convinced me to go out and get one, even though I wasn't that into it. But I did pick it up, and, you know, I liked some of the games that were out at the time, Sonic Adventure, Soul Calibur. You know, that system had some amazing launch games, probably the best launch of all time. And then, you know, a little while later, Shenmue 1 came out, and I read about it in EGM back in the day, Electronic Gaming Monthly. Probably nobody remembers that at this point. But I read about it, and I looked at the screens, and I was like, huh, this looks kind of amazing. I don't know anything about it, but I know I need to try it. So I went out and I bought it the day it came out, and the rest is history, guys. I just fucking fell in love. So the whole point, the whole reason I'm telling you all this stuff is just to explain how much Shenmue 3 means to me and why I need to support that campaign Kickstarter so much. I don't know if I'm going to be like making specific videos for it. You know, honestly, I'm not really set up to do like stuff other than Let's Plays right now. And I would love to Let's Play Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 at some point, but I have a lot to figure out as far as whether I'm going to actually try to record from a Dreamcast or try to record from an emulator. You know, I want to get the best possible quality I can. From what I understand, Dreamcast emulators are pretty decent these days, but Shenmue is such a complicated game that they kind of run Shenmue like ass. So, I don't know, there's a lot of investigation to be done, and there's no way I would be able to throw something together in the next 29 days, which is how long the Kickstarter is going to be going for. So, yeah, I'm not sure what the future holds, other than I'm sure that Arkham Knight is going to be covered by me the day it comes out. I'll be crushing that content out as fast as I can. It's probably going to be at least 2 or 3 videos a day for a while, because I just want to cover as much as I can, and I'm going to be playing that game nonstop. So, look forward to that. I hope you'll come back for Cold Heart. It's actually, I don't want to undersell it. It's a pretty cool little slice of DLC. The story is fun, and you get to see some cool stuff in it. It's just not anything that matters for the overall Arkham story. Like I said before, if you're only here to get prepped for Arkham Knight, you've seen what you need to see. Definitely. But, you know, like the rest of the WB Montreal stuff, there's some really good stuff in it. So, look forward to that. I'm going to let this play out, guys, because there is one more cutscene that you should see, and I'll pop back in when that happens. I thought it was actually going to happen by now, but it hasn't. So, I'll just take this last opportunity here to say thank you again so much for watching if you're still here. Thanks for all the support, guys. I can't explain what it means to me, but just the fact that even one single person out there gives a shit about my stupid videos keeps me going. So thanks again. Much love to all of you, and I'll be back when that cutscene pops up. Jesus Christ, I forgot how long the credits were in this game. Like 45 minutes later, we get to the New Game Plus unlock screen. I almost fell asleep, guys. Woof. Okay, so take on the story mode again, but this time armed with all the upgrades you have already earned. However, you're going to need them. This is much harder, blah blah blah. No counter icons, tough new enemy configurations. Yeah, New Game Plus is hard. There's also one in this game called I Am the Night mode, which is like New Game Plus on crack, because you can only die once. If you lose one time, you have to start over from the beginning. Fuck that. Oh shit, my controller fucking turned itself off because the credits were taking so long. Okay, let's skip past this. Alternative Batman outfits. Any downloaded alternative Batman outfits can now be worn in the main story mode. Yay!
Figured you'd be by sooner or later. And what happens if I don't sign?
You rot in here, or you work for me.
It's been a long night, Alfred. Why don't you turn in?
Wouldn't dream of it, sir. Not until you're back safe and sound.
Well, if you're sure you're up for it, I've got a few loose ends to tie up out here, and I could use your help.
You can count on it. And when you get home, we can finally have that Christmas dinner I've been keeping warm for you for our breakfast.
Well, that was totally worth a 45-minute wait, let me tell you. It wasn't actually 45 minutes, but it felt like it. Good grief. So, just like in the other games, you get to come out here and you can mop up side quests or do whatever the hell you want. Just fly around as Batman with your Swiss cheese cape. If you didn't know, that cutscene we just watched right there, that was Amanda Waller, the black lady who came to see Deathstroke, who, by the way, has just been doing push-ups since we left him. In the next game, he's going to have arms the size of Bane, just without, you know, the venom. But Amanda Waller is the lady who puts together the Suicide Squad. You know, there's a movie coming out about that. And they're basically a bunch of criminals who get black ops jobs from the U.S. government, and they complete these jobs in exchange for shortened prison sentences and other similar type rewards. So that's what's going on there. Is this, I gotta hit all three of these? What the fuck did that do? So, okay. Whatever, I'm clearly missing something there. Anyway, the whole point of that cutscene is just to show you that, you know, Warner Brothers does have plans for the future of this game. Or at least, you know, I don't know if anything will come of it, but they are thinking ahead to include, you know, those characters in whatever project they do next if they ever get the green light on it. You know, Rocksteady did say that Arkham Knight is going to be the last Batman game they make because they consider what they have a trilogy, and they don't, like, they acknowledge that this game exists, but it's not part of their vision, so I don't know if it's going to really have any tie-ins with Arkham Knight that will have to be seen when we play the game. I'm actually interested to know if they have any tie-ins to this game. But once that game is out and done with and Rocksteady has moved on, you know, Warner Brothers isn't really the type of publisher to just let a franchise like this go when it's such a huge cash cow. So I'm assuming that WB Games Montreal will be allowed to make more Batman games later, and I hope that they'll make a sequel to this and capitalize on what they just showed in that cutscene there. Because the Suicide Squad's never had a video game as far as I know. And it's a pretty cool property that could make for some pretty compelling stuff in a Batman game. I am looking forward to the movie. It's going to have Harley Quinn for the first time on the big screen. Margot Robbie's playing her. She's sexy as hell and should do a pretty good job in the part. So anyway, guys, that's about all I got for you. I don't care to go through and do any more side quests because as far as I know, we got all the main ones. We did Anarchy, we did Deadshot. The Penguin is just, you know, those arms caches. Mad Hatter complete, Bird complete. Oh, there's one we didn't even unlock. Who the hell's that? Shiva's complete. Black Mask is the drug stashes. Okay, well, there's a gap in my knowledge. I don't remember who this is. I know that I've done it before, but if it's not even standing out in my memory, then it's clearly not important. So I'm just rambling and wasting time at this point, guys. This is it for the main game. Come back for the Cold Cold Heart DLC, which will not take very long at all, and then it'll be Arkham Knight time. I'm so goddamn excited. Thanks again for all the support, guys. I appreciate you watching. Come see us at GronersGamers.com, and I'll see you next time. Later.